Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Democracy 4, where we are playing as Socialist America. And we've already done 2 terms. We are now in our 3rd term, thanks to changing some laws about term limits. And things are going pretty damn well. So, at the start of last time, we were in a massive deficit. Everything was going wrong. The economy was basically non existent. We managed to turn that around by doing various things such as legalizing sex work and drugs. But now the GDP is certainly starting to bounce back, and we are getting 200 billion in surplus each quarter. Also, at the end of last time, after we won the election, drug addiction finally went away, thanks to us clamping back down on the drug laws a little bit. And we are massively popular. We are estimated to get 100% of the poll. We have 1 million people, 1.5 million people signed up to the American Communist Party, and all of our ministers are fanatical. But I'd still like to do another term here, really trying to beat a few of the remaining issues in the country. So we still have some very damaging negatives. So one that we're already working on is the rare earth crisis. Part of what fixed our GDP was real investment in technology. Unfortunately, technology means that we need more rare earths, and so the prices increased. So we have a bit of a problem. We are trying to tackle that. We've got the Green Electronics Initiative, and we are doing rare earth metal mining. We do have a problem with corporate exodus. I don't know if this is honestly going to manage to go away. We'll keep an eye on it, see what we can do. But really, we are very anti-corporate. Media monopoly has almost gone away, so that should go away in a couple of months. We do have a very uncompetitive economy. Again, I don't think this one is going to go away. Now, tax evasion is something I'll look into. We basically have ridiculously high tax evasion because we have ridiculously high income tax. We are earning a huge surplus, so I may look at trying to lower that, try and convince some people to, stop evading tax. And I would also like to get rid of the brain drain. Again, that's largely being driven by income tax right now. It is giving us a boost to socialism, but massive deficit to GDP as people are just going overseas. We've also got respiratory disease still. We've almost got rid of it, but not quite, so we'll see what we can do about tipping that over the edge. Otherwise, my other goal for this is to get rid of the executive term limits if we can, or at least bump it up so we can win another election. I don't think I'll be going for a further term after this, but we can certainly win and leave it in a state where we can be, glorious leader forever. Looking at our various breakdowns of people here, the capitalists are not fans of us, but there are hardly any capitalists left in our glorious socialist America. Instead, the vast majority of people are socialists, and socialists absolutely love us. Equally, state employees and trade unionists, we have a large amount of them. You can see the light blue in the background is the number we have, and they both absolutely love us. The wealthy hate us, but there are no longer any wealthy people in the country, so that is not an issue. There are literally 0 people in the country who are rich. Middle income aren't big fans of us, and again, largely this is coming down to income tax. So let's take a look at our policies, see what we can do about addressing some of these areas. Okay, so I'm just going to put in something little to begin with. I'm going to put in a tobacco awareness campaign to try and bring down tobacco usage, hopefully tip the respiratory disease over the edge. Otherwise, I'm going to be banking my points, so I've got something in mind that will hopefully tackle a fair few of these. So we've had a regional war, or there is a regional war going on with one of our neighbours, so Canada is invading itself. Our media monopoly is gone. Credit rating is upgraded, that's a big boost to business confidence, which is quite high right now. It's very nice to see. And we now have a surplus of 240 billion. So not too expensive. I'm going to put in the electric cars initiative. going to cost us 20 billion, but we do have that. This will hopefully help the environment stave off the negative effects the environment that our growing GDP is going to have. Also just going to put in a open borders refugee policy. I'm really trying to increase foreign relations to see if that helps bring down the rare earth crisis. Because the happier foreign countries are with us, the better we'll be able to import those. Okay, then fairly big one, fairly expensive one, but is going to be a bit of an investment. I'm going to put in childcare provision. Notably, this does boost productivity, also lowers unemployment, basically helping parents get back into work if they want to, since we're looking after their kids for them. So hopefully that'll boost our productivity a little bit, maybe do something about our uncompetitive economy. Yeah, that's an issue. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria may be coming up due to high technology. I don't really know what to do about tackling that. Okay, so do we condemn a far-left dictator? I think that's going to piss off too many of our own people, so I'm just going to refuse to comment. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to implement the policy I really wanted to, which is this capitals controls policy, since this would basically stop people taking money out of the country and would directly tackle brain drain and corporate exodus. Problem is, this needs 50 political capital right now, and we have a maximum of 48. I think the maximum is just double of the capital per turn. And we're getting really, really good numbers in, but just not quite enough. If this ticks up a little bit, that would be really useful. But I'll just need to keep an eye on it for now. One thing I might be able to do to appease some people is to cancel the death penalty. I'll appease liberals, which might flip a couple of my people over to being just loyal enough to get that enacted. Okay, hospital overcrowding may well kick up again soon, so I may need to increase funding to them. We do have plenty of money. Okay, so do we have a DNA database? I'm going to prevent this. I'm trying to get the liberals a bit more on my side, and we've got next to no crime as it is, so that's fine. Yeah, so going to give the state health services a bit more funding. Just hopefully head off that negative that was on its way. Environment's ticking down, so we need to do something about that. Looks like the rare earth crisis might go away soon. I'm going to kick things off with a micro-generation grant. We've got the money. Let's start people being able to do micro-generation in their homes. Really, I'm going to bump up funding for biofuel. Yay, being accused of having an affair, but the rare earth crisis is gone. Gonna cancel prisoner tagging, just freeing up some of the policies that aren't really helping us in order to make room for others, because if you have too many policies, you get a bureaucracy penalty. Okay, and I'm going to put in high-speed rail subsidies. Quite costly, especially if we put it up to max, but will reduce car usage, reduce air travel, and boost productivity a little bit further. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria is still potentially kicking in. I do not know what to do about that. Okay, so rule out first nuclear strike. I've been annoying the... Oh, I don't know which one, actually. I'll rule out a first strike. Liberals, a bit stronger on our side. Yeah, there we go. That's what we can do about the antibiotic-resistant bacteria. We can stop farmers giving it to their animals. And medium, and then I'll give in another policy just to appease the farmers. Here we go, organic farming subsidy. Disguised employment law. Definitely going to do that. We don't want gig economy, and it's a pretty socialist thing anyway, to ban gig economy essentially. Social media addiction is going to kick in soon. Chuck in hybrid cars initiative. Further pushing towards electric car transition. Chuck in a clean fuel subsidy. Okay, we're taking a massive blow to GDP because of a flash stock market crash. That's a pain. Still earning plenty, so that's fine. Environmental protests might be kicking off soon. So yeah, we're gonna have to be putting in a lot of our effort into environmentalism here. Gonna regulate social media just to avoid the social media addiction that was being threatened. Okay, gonna chuck in car emission limits, further reducing car usage and pushing electric car transition. I'm gonna chuck in bicycle subsidies. Okay, gay adoption. We want the Liberals on our side, so we'll support that. Budget has suffered a little bit just because of that massive downtick the GDP took. Increase pollution controls. Increase clean energy subsidies. Okay, and I'm also just going to outright ban coal. I think our GDP at this point can take it. Boost the environment, directly tackles respiratory disease, environmentalists love it. Okay, so we're approaching our term limit, so I do need to save up to be able to tweak that. Okay, so do we ban e-scooters being littered all over town centres? I think so. Makes motorists happy, pisses capitalists off, but we don't really care about them. Right, and because the religious groups absolutely hate me, but there's still quite a lot, I'm going to move to more secular education to bring down the religious numbers. Okay, a national team lost the World Cup, so everyone's upset. We can bump our term limits up a little bit. There we have it. Finally, we have got rid of respiratory disease. I think that's the first time I've actually managed that in this game. So do we ban non-LED bulbs? I'm going to say yep. Help boost energy efficiency, keep the economy going. And there's something I can do just to decrease unemployment and increase productivity, as we do have a state postal service that I can just pour more money into. I'm also going to bump the retirement age up a little bit, reduce the state pension cost, and increases productivity. Yeah, I'm going to force rural banks to stay open. Then, potentially a big thing, I'm going to nationalize the rail industry to put in a state rail industry. Costs us 143 billion. That's not too much right now. We're making more than that each turn. Destroys the the private rail industry. Yep, because we're putting in something of our own. So I'm going to put a load of money into that. Very, very expensive, but it's going to lower unemployment a lot. Increase rail usage, which will have the knock-on effect of decreasing car usage and increases productivity. Okay, Taurus has been killed in an animal attack. It's not good, but not too much we can do. And we've got high productivity, which is very confusing, so I think we've still got uncompetitive economy, but this is still very good, boosting a lot of things there. Campaign speeches, there's really no point of getting 100% of the vote. Let's boost the term length a little bit there as well. Got some points lying around. Okay, I'm not going to ban livestock imports because I want to keep up foreign relations. Farmers are unhappy. Fair enough. Okay, so there's a trade agreement being proposed that basically hurt smaller countries. We're going to refuse to sign that. We want foreign relations as high as possible. Okay, so I'm going to do something very different here. I'm actually going to reduce a tax, and I'm going to reduce corporation tax, mostly to target getting rid of corporate exodus and the uncompetitive economy. There's a drought. It's not good. So our surplus has very much reduced. The uncompetitive economy has taken a massive downslide there. Let's bump up our term length to 6 years. Okay, so a foreign president is wanting to visit, possibly not a good human rights record. I'm going to accept that. We get a little boost to GDP. I'm also just going to scrap the punitive wealth tax. Yeah, I'm going to set tougher standards on factory farming. Yeah, let's start stem cell research. Doesn't really cost us much. Gives us a direct boost to GDP, boosts technology, which will boost GDP as well, and improves health. Religious hate us anyway, so not really losing anything there. Very nice. We've made gains with the political relationships, so we've got more international trade coming in. Okay, the global economy is in a massive recession, but we're still doing pretty good. There we go, big boost. Uncompetitive economy is actually finally gone. So the baking gay cakes controversy has popped up. I'm going to support the couple. Religious groups hate me anyway, so just leave that as is. Yeah, let's bump up our term limit a little bit. Okay, so should we do positive discrimination? I'm going to pass the law. Yeah, get liberals on my side. Oh, and let's just boost this to 7 years term length, since we can. Finally got rid of corporate exodus. Okay, so two big countries have a trade war with each other. That's hurting us a little bit. Now, there are no negatives in the economy. We just have incredibly high tax evasion and brain drain, which is almost gone. Don't know what happened, but the budget is now positive 200 billion. Gonna ban tracking, that seems a little more liberal. We can take the hit to our GDP right now. And let's just finalize this. There's going to be no executive term limit. Okay, unfortunately, egalitarian society has just ticked off, but we've also got rid of brain drain. Okay, I'm going to reject plans to expand our largest airport. Okay, you know what? We've got just enough money, so let's do the most socialist thing of all. We are going to implement a universal basic income. It's not going to be able to be a very big one, since we don't have enough money for that, but we are going to do just enough to cover everyone. Okay, unfortunately, there's another school shooting. Social media addiction may still tick up, and we have to increase the regulations there. I'm also going to put in maternity leave. It does have a negative impact on productivity, which is why I've been holding off for it until now, but really increase gender equality. Oh dear, uncompetitive economy is probably about to swing back in. Never mind. I'm going to put no change to animal testing, so I don't really want to destroy the economy there. Okay, uncompetitive economy just ticked in, unfortunately. Social media addiction is now a problem. Okay, so we're just going to really, not going to totally ban social media. It's going to heavily regulate social media to try and get rid of that downside. Okay, fair enough. So the root cause of the uncompetitive economy swinging back up is that wages have skyrocketed because of universal basic income. But that's all fine. Sticking with our core voters. Gonna relax house planning laws. So there's no real point making any kind of manifesto pledge because we are by far going to win the election. So let's see how we do. Yeah, no real surprises there. Absolutely stormed the election. So, in our tenure in power, we have massively increased lifespans, massively increased foreign relations, crime has been eliminated, gender equality is through the roof, electric car transition through the roof, basically destroyed CO2 emissions, wages are huge, working week has gone down significantly, oil prices very far down, human development very far up, food prices very far down, currency is a lot stronger than it was to begin with, very energy efficient, we privatized rail, health and education are absolutely stonking, violent crime disappeared with regular crime, poor earnings are huge, democracy's taken a hit just because I keep increasing the term limits, but productivity is well up, GDP is well up, tourism is through the roof, technology, environment's actually improved. Somehow managed to reduce corruption despite everything else. Poverty is dropping, unemployment is dropping, mental health is improved, and business confidence is actually up. So in terms of where we're going, mostly this time we've just been sliding down towards more and more liberal, since we have a lot of liberals in cabinet. No need to reshuffle our parliament. We've lost high productivity. Obesity is a problem, apparently. Okay, GDP took a little bit of a hit there, and environmental protests may be coming back. All in all, I think we've done absolutely fantastically here. We have really achieved our little socialist utopia. Still having some issues with the economy. Tax evasion is still definitely an issue. Social media addiction's about to go away, though. We could certainly tackle obesity, but I think this has all in all been a success. We are very much a socialist country. Socialists absolutely adore us. We still have very, very high taxing, very, very high public spending, and that's all worked out very, very well for us. But I think I'm going to be leaving this campaign there. If you do desperately want to see me do another term, do let me know in the comments, but I think I'll be doing a different thing as the next Democracy 4 game. If you do have any ideas for any countries or sort of political alignments you'd like to see me try, do just let me know in the comments. I'm happy to try anything, especially anything a bit unusual. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this series. If you did, do consider leaving a like. And otherwise, I hope to catch you in the next video. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers.